8 Indian Navy veterans have been sentenced to death by a court in Qatar today. However, the charges in the case have still not been made public. The Ministry of External Affairs, or the MEA, in a statement, called the verdict shocking and pledged to take up the matter with Qatari authorities. It also said it would be exploring all legal options in the case. We are deeply shocked by the verdict of death penalty and are awaiting the detailed judgment. We are exploring all legal options, read the statement from the Indian Foreign Ministry. The ministry further said it will take up the verdict with Qatari authorities. The Navy veterans have been in custody in Qatar for over a year now. Legal proceedings began in March and 7 hearings were held until the verdict was announced recently. Though charges remain unknown to the public, the MEA spokesperson had in a briefing last week said the charges were presented as part of the hearings, but he did not specify what they were. Till date, the MEA nor the Qatari authorities have revealed what the charges are. However, in April this year, ThePrint, based on information provided by intelligence sources, reported that the officers have allegedly been accused of spying on Qatar's secretive program to obtain Italian-made high-tech submarines. So let's trace how this case started and what we can expect next. On 30th August 2022, 8 former naval officers were picked up by the Qatari intelligence authorities and incarcerated in Doha. They were only allowed consular access 2 months after their arrest in October 2022. All the 8 Navy veterans worked for Dara Global Technologies and Consulting Services, a company that was engaged in training Qatari naval personnel. Notably, the company's CEO, an Omani national who had also been detained, was released just before the beginning of the FIFA Football World Cup in Qatar last year. One of the Indian detainees, a retired commander, was working as managing director of Dara Global Technologies and Consulting Services when he was arrested. In 2019, he received the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award, the country's highest honor for overseas Indians, from then President of India, Ramnath Kovind. Another one of the detainees reportedly won the Sword of Honor as a cadet and was a gold medalist too while training. Now, last December, the retired commander's sister told ThePrint that he has been put in solitary confinement at the age of 63. My brother is a senior citizen and has multiple medical issues. At the age of 63, he has been put in solitary confinement. I can't even imagine what mental trauma he must be going through, the sister told ThePrint. The case has been making headlines for over a year now, and the Indian government has placed top priority on returning the Navy veterans back home. Last December, while speaking on the floor of the Parliament, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said the matter was a priority. This is a very sensitive case. Their interests are foremost in our minds. Ambassadors and senior officials are in constant touch with Qatar's government. We assure you they are our priority, the Indian Foreign Minister had said during his address to the Rajya Sabha. It is still unclear what is likely to happen next or how an appeal will take place. However, we do know that the verdict was provided in a court of first instance, which is a court in which legal proceedings are first heard. But some analysts say a pardon may be sought from Qatar's emir at some point. The case could go to a higher court. Right now, it's in a court of first instance. Then perhaps a pardon can be sought from the emir. Anil Trigunayat, a former ambassador and ex-joint secretary for the Gulf and Hajj divisions in the MEA, told ThePrint. The case is likely to cast a shadow on the bilateral relations between India and Qatar, which is home to 8.5 lakh Indian nationals. Recent years have seen growing cooperation between the two countries across sectors like defense, tourism, economic cooperation, and more. In fact, Qatar sent much-needed medical relief material to India during the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic by a special Amiri Air Force plane. Qatar Petroleum filled liquid medical oxygen in cryogenic tankers, which were shipped through various Indian naval ships to India during the pandemic. Before that, in June 2016, Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid a state visit to Doha at the invitation of Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Amir of Qatar at the time. The two leaders signed 7 agreements covering investment, skills, health, tourism, sports, and more. The visit imparted fresh momentum to the bilateral relations at the time and was the highest level visit from India to Qatar since former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's trip to the Gulf nation in 2008. Thank you so much for watching. This is Pia Krishnankutty for ThePrint.